Hey guys, what's up? Dina Rae here. And I just had something on my mind because of something my family is going through right now. But I wanted to talk about the subject of pressure. How do you respond to pressure, and what kind of pressure? Pressure to perform. Let's say you have to perform in front of 30,000 people. How do you handle that pressure? What if a family member is having surgery and then you have that kind of pressure of that they won't come out okay or that everything goes well? There's all kinds of pressure. There's pressures at work. There's pressure to pay bills. There's pressure to keep up with the Joneses, So how do we handle that pressure? Well, for one, I've definitely acquired some tools over the years, and I am happy to share that I actually use an app called the Calm app, which you might be familiar with. I love this app. It has meditations, breathing exercises, and even sleep stories by some of our favorite celebs like Scottie Pippen and LeBron, and they talk about mental fitness, or even fiction stories that are made up that drift you off to La La Land. Another way people handle pressure is through prayer. Maybe you're spiritual, maybe you're religious. I am blessed to have some very strong faith women in my lives that pray with me, that keep me spiritually grounded. Unfortunately, my niece had to have an emergency surgery last night. Thank God everything came out well so far. She's recovering. But I had my village of prayer warriors praying with me and just letting me know in this space of pressure that the only thing we could do is let it go and let it be with God, because at that point it was out of control. Now let's talk about something else. How about those big arena tours when I performed with your boy Marshall over here? I mean, that's a lot of pressure, right? There's 40,000 people looking at you. You want your mic, to sound right. You want your outfit to look right. You don't want to mess up, and there's 1,000 things that can go wrong. For me personally, having been a trained dancer with rehearsals and discipline of knowing what you're going to do, I kind of thrive under that type of pressure. I feel like I actually work better under pressure when it comes to circumstances like that. Being prepared will lead to success. So you always want to be prepared to relieve that pressure, because at least you're prepared, you're rehearsed, and you're ready for whatever. Oh, there were definitely, some flubs on that tour and performances, which I can get into in another video when we can specifically talk about the tour. But that is another kind of pressure. I feel like as a performer, and that being my lane, I thrive under that kind of pressure. But when it comes to life-threatening things or sicknesses and illnesses, I go to my happy place, I breathe, I remember that some things are not in our control, and you kind of got to just let go and give it to whatever you believe in, whether it's God, the universe, higher power. Maybe you don't believe in God. Some things are just out of our control, and you got to let that go. So then there's pressure of me being a dog mom. No, I don't have a human child, even though I'm auntie to many. I have a dog that I'm constantly worrying about her health. I see one little bump or one little cough or sneeze, and I'm like, but again, breathe. It's not life or death. She's going to be okay. But there is that kind of pressure of being responsible for another being. So you got all kinds of pressures going on. Let's talk about finances, financial pressure, pressure to stay up with the Joneses, even living in Los Angeles, and the pressure of what the rent is here and our lifestyles look like, our car notes, that pressure to make it happen every month. What about the pressure as an artist? I'm not trying to compete with these 22-year-olds. This is a whole nother game today. So my pressure is doing this, making these videos, being consistent, staying relevant, staying on top of my craft, So there's all kinds of pressure, and I definitely use working out as a pressure release, a stress release, working out, breathing techniques, meditation, my hiking, being outside, outdoors definitely helps. Hey, what about the pressures of fashion and the body and what women have to go through to keep up with our hair and our outfits and our bodies and to make sure that, we're looking our best. Maybe we're dating, maybe we're single, maybe you're in a relationship. You still are under pressure to make yourself feel good, of course, but you want to look nice for your significant other, or if you're dating, you want to look your best. So there's that kind of pressure. So many kinds of pressure, right? We live in a crazy world. There's pressure coming from everywhere. So I think it's really, really important to find your center, find what works for you, and utilize those tools. I highly recommend the Calm app. I am an advocate. It has changed my life. Late in the morning before I get out of bed, I turn that Calm app on and I listen to the Daily J. I listen to the 7 or 10 minute meditations on there. They walk you through, they give you a lesson of the day. They walk you through the breathing. So again, another great tool that I cannot advocate for more. Calm app, thank you so much. So anyway, Dina Rae here. Just wanted to touch on pressure, how we deal with it. Let me know what kind of pressure you're under and how you deal with it. What are your tools? And if you have any questions, go ahead, comment below. Please share and subscribe. Purple Diva out.